What's up, guys? Welcome back to VHB Engines. Okay, so this video today is probably not going to be super well formatted. As in, usually going into a topic, I have a pretty straight, narrow guideline. Even if I don't write it down, have a pretty clear idea on what I'm going to talk about, how I'm going to talk about, and what points I want to bring it up in. Even if sometimes it doesn't seem that way. Anyway. And I guess, like I said the other night, I'm kind of scrambled in the brain still. But I came up with today's topic I want to talk about. I've mentioned a whole bunch of times that I like to buy blown engines. And I also said a bunch of times that I prefer to buy used parts. Now, hopefully, this guide will help you, again, save the most money, but still get the baddest parts you need. Or the awesomest parts. Badass parts. Now, the problem is, the thing is with most people, most people, calling you, most people, is that you get an idea, you want to build a project, you have a little money in your pocket, so you just start buying shit. You start spontaneously buy, and then you get halfway through your little parts list that you spend money on, and you're running out, and you're buying every paycheck or every other paycheck, and depending on how often you get paid, that could really be a good while, and it fucking sucks to do that. So to avoid doing shit like that, this is what you got to do. If you have an idea that you would like to put together an engine, your best way to go about this. Honestly, this is going to be kind of biased towards B series engines, just because of the fact that B series are the parts that are most prevalent. But I mean, you can use this for anything. Also, another thing that's kind of biased for this vid is if you live in a big metropolitan area. Like, if you live in a big city, chances are you've got a pretty big fucking Honda Facebook group that's based in your area. As Miami has, or South Florida in general, has several that have anywhere between 20,000 to 80,000 people in them all the time posting. And you know, if you're in a small area like I'm in right now, there's not even a Honda group for the entire fucking state. But the good thing is the state's pretty small, and my neighbors do. Anyway, to get back on a little bit back on track here, what's the main key to buying things at the best price is patience. You know, I've had a lot of people a lot of times like, how the fuck did you get those pistons for that price? How the fuck did you get those rods for that price? Or how the fuck did you get a goddamn K20 long block for that price? You know, it's just because I don't need it. I just want it. I know what it's worth. And I know what might be a fair price. And I tend to stock things in group. But what I do is I bump posts all the time. Like, if I have any kind of interest in it, even if I don't need it, but it's something I like, oh, that's neat, I wouldn't mind buying that, or I wouldn't mind having that, I bump the post. Now, I know a lot of people are scared to bump posts when they see shit like that because, you know, they don't want somebody else to get it there, pay attention to it, and buy it. I know so that what people do is like the inbox or DM and then try and go back later, but it's better if you just bump it. Why? Because every time that asshole that had posted it bumps it, you know, you'll see that. And if you see a lot of people talking on there, it's like, fuck, you know, but I really want this, I don't have the money right now. You know, but if you see a lot of people on it, and you don't want that. Why? Because you're gonna have to pay what he's asking for, or even more, because so many people are trying to get it. What you want to do is you bump it, you watch him bump it, watch people talk. If he still has the part for a long period of time, then the chances are you can go in there and make an offer that's more comfortable for your pocket, and probably get it. So, like, for example here, like, there's very few parts that I'll jump on right away, like, no matter what. Like, even if I have a plan for it or not, because you can't go wrong with having it, you can always make your money back or more. If somebody posts B18 Eagle rods, or, you know, rods, I've paid anywhere between $80 to $150 for rods. And, so if I see somebody posted it for close to $150, you know, bump the post. If it's less than 150, like the guy's asking 120, 100, I'm going to the bank, scooping the money, I'm going to get those rods right there, and no questions asked. I'm just going to go get them. And a lot of times I won't even haggle for that price if it's less than 150. I'm just going to pay whatever he's asking. Pistons are also super important. I haven't bought a brand new set of pistons in a very long time, and have never bought a brand new set of badass pistons like Wiseco's, CPs. I've never bought those brand new because they're like 550 plus. But you'll notice that a lot of my builds have fucking Wiseco pistons in them because every single time I see somebody post pistons for sale, I snatch them. And I've had a set of CP pistons I bought for $80. You know, yeah. So the whole key to buying used parts is patience. You don't allow yourself to get caught up with, oh fuck, well I really need this. That's not the way to go. You don't want to do that. You want to be patient, wait, and the price will come up. Also, something something you don't want to do is you don't want to go out into a Facebook group and announce, hey, I'm looking for this, because that gives every fucking asshole in there the chance to inflate their normal price that they would be asking because you need it, and the chances are that you're going to pay for it. Like, for example, my engines. I buy the engines generally, like I said, anywhere between $50 to $100. Now, in the beginning, when I first started looking for bad engines, I went out there like, hey, I'm looking for blown engines, as in, you know, i.e. fucking rod knot, blown head gasket, etc., stuff along those lines. Block has to be intact, but, you know, I'm looking for something that needs work. Now, I already had my set price, what I knew I was going to pay, what I was willing to pay, but then I had people posting $250, you know, $200. Go fuck yourself, all you guys, man. Just don't do that. You don't announce to the world that you're looking. You just go in there like a ninja, and you find people selling shit, and then you bump stock, or you can just give an open offer like, hey, I've got this much money. So that way you don't, you know, because there's a lot of people who are gonna fuck you, lowballing. So instead of, you know, getting that kind of response from somebody, you just say, hey, I'm interested in this engine. I got $100, open offer. You know, so whenever you want to sell it, if you want to sell it to me for $100, I got you. Just let me know, and then you walk away and leave it at that. So that way they don't feel offended, but they know they have a buyer if they can't get what they want, and that's good. Now, and another twist is you can let that sit there for a while, and let's say they wait a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then they get back to you, hey bro, you still interested in buying that shit? Then you hit them with the, you know what bro, I've already got what I'm looking for, but if you're willing to do it for this price, I'm willing to buy it. And that way you can bring your offer down a little bit, because that guy has to pay the price for that too, for waiting. You know, you were willing to buy it and you offered him a price, he didn't fucking sell it, or he didn't want to take it because he thought he could get more, so he tried to wait, couldn't sell it, decides he wants a little bit of money, comes to you, so you make him pay for that shit. Just like the same thing would be, you would pay for it too if a lot of people wanted it and you had to pay more. So you just got to be smart when you're going about buying shit like that online. And so if you just, whenever you're in a Facebook group and you're stalking like that, you know, it's always great to just, if you see something that you think that you're probably going to use, you know, and is at a really good price, buy it. I mean, the reason why you can't go wrong and lose money on a shit like that is if you decide to not go through with that project and you want to fund something else, and you dump it back on Facebook, and you'll get your money back at the very least. Or you can even fucking take it to eBay, and usually eBay you can get away with paying more, you can get away with selling it for more, simply because of the fact that you're reaching out to people that are like me, who are in areas that don't have the Facebook groups that are big for the parts to get locally. Also, another thing too is you definitely want to focus on the Facebook groups that are local to you, because you want to be able to go and get it. You don't want to do those national Facebook groups where it's just fucking people from all over the country, because then you got to worry about shipping. And even though you can still do secure shipping like PayPal and stuff like that, where you'll get your money back, you're still counting on that fucking person to send it to you. And if they don't send it to you, you don't really have like the eBay protection where you're going to guarantee get your money back within a certain amount of time. Even though PayPal can get your money back, I still, you know, I don't feel as comfortable using it to do a Facebook or social media transaction. So now I know this happens all the time, you know, and without problems, but there's still a lot of times where I see, you know, problems, people complaining, and I don't want that shit to happen to me not one fucking time. So just avoid that shit altogether. Don't spend no money on the internet. Don't let no money leave your pockets unless you're handing it to the guy that's giving you the part. And also, I guess that brings me to Craigslist. Now, I do, you know, use Craigslist a little bit still. More so now that I moved up north compared to when I was in Miami. When I was in Miami, I never touched Craigslist unless I was looking for, every once in a while, I'd poke through there to see some cars, you know, to see if I can find a shill or whatnot. But the thing is, when you're in those big metropolitan areas, anybody who has anything worth a shit is going to be selling it in the Facebook groups and not selling it on Craigslist, because they know that's where everybody's at. So you're not gonna find things there too often. And if you do find something on Craigslist, then it's a little bit harder usually to communicate at first. It takes a little bit longer to get feedback, and then you have the chance of I don't really trust Craigslist anymore. And then Facebook is just so much easier for that instant contact with people, chat back and forth. You don't have to worry about exchanging phone numbers and shit like that. So definitely stay on Facebook. Alright, now see, I'm debating. Got another topic here I want to talk about, and this is actually the original thing I want to talk about with engines, and I'm starting to run over 10 minutes here, and I'm thinking, debating on whether I should go into it or not. Yeah, I think I'm going to just think on that a little bit more, and that'll be tomorrow's topic. I'll follow up with this. As a matter of fact, I think I might, there's a chance that I might even make a new playlist if I follow up with this shopping guide a little bit more, because yeah, I think that's what I'll do. So guys, thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you like the video, or if not, if you don't like the video, leave a thumbs down. Don't care. I'm gonna leave some playlists here on the side. You can go see the engine assembly that I do, the engines I work on. And also, I will leave the playlist for my beginner's guide to turbo builds, just because of the fact that usually covers the shit that I get asked the most. So chances are, if you got immediate questions for me, you'll find them there, and then you can hit me up later on if you still have questions after that. I'm going to leave in the description below links to the social medias. Feel free to inbox me, to talk to me privately if you want to. And that'll be it for today, guys. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.